देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरं। हरि ओं तत्सत्। हरे कृष्ण. Good morning to all of you. So today we will be going through the verse from the first canto, 55th chapter, 39th verse. Let me share the screen. इमं स्वनगमं ब्रह्मन् अवेद्यमदनुष्ठितम् अदान्मे ज्ञानम् ऐश्वर्यं स्वस्मिन् भावं च केशवः। इमं स्वनिगमं ब्रह्मन्. If anyone wants to recite.
इमं स्वनिगमं ब्रह्मम्
अवेद्यमदनुष्ठितम्
अवेद्यमत अनुष्ठितम्
अदान्मे ज्ञानमैश्वर्यम्
अदान्मे ज्ञानम् ऐश्वर्यम्
स्वस्मिन् भावं च केशवः।
भावं च केशवः।
इमं स्वनिगमं ब्रह्मन् अवेद्यमदनुष्ठितम् अदान्मे ज्ञानमैश्वर्यम् स्वस्मिन् भावं च केशवः। Word to word translation. Imam thus Swanigamam, confidential knowledge of the Vedas in respect to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Brahman, O Brahmana, Vyasadeva. Avetya, knowing it well. Mad, by me. Anushtitam, executed. Adat, bestowed upon me. Me. Gnanam, transcendental knowledge. Aiswaryam, opulence. Swasmin, personal. Bhavam, intimate affection and love. Cha and Keshavaha, Lord Krishna. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. O Brahmana, thus by the Supreme Lord Krishna, I was endowed first with the transcendental knowledge of the Lord as inculcated in the confidential parts of the Vedas, then with the spiritual opulences, and then with His intimate loving service. Okay. Purport. Communion with the Lord by transmission of the transcendental sound is not different from the whole Spirit Lord Sri Krishna. It is a completely perfect method for approaching the Lord. By such pure contact with the Lord, without offense of material conceptions, numbering 10, the devotee can rise above the material plane to understand the inner meaning of the Vedic literatures, including the Lord's existence in the transcendental realm. The Lord reveals His identity gradually to one who has unflinching faith both in the spiritual master and in the Lord. After this, the devotee is endowed with mystic opulences, which are 8 in number. And above all, the devotee is accepted in the confidential entourage of the Lord and is entrusted with specific service of the Lord through the agency of the spiritual master. A pure devotee is more interested in serving the Lord than in showing an exhibition of the mystic powers dormant in him. Sri Narada has explained all these from his personal experience, and one can obtain all the facilities which Sri Narada obtained by perfecting the chanting process of the sound representation of the Lord. There is no bar for chanting this transcendental sound by anyone, provided it is received through Narada's representative coming down by the chain of disciplic succession or the parampara system. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नाम्ने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादे पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते जय पताका स्वामिनिति नाम्ने नमः। आचार्यपादाय निताय कृप्रदाय गौरकथादाय नगर ग्रामतारिणे। हरे कृष्णा। So this is also very wonderful verse glorifying the sound vibration of the holy name of the Lord. It is like wonders of chanting the holy name of the Lord. What transformation personally Srila Narada Muni experienced, and see the transformation in his progress, in his spiritual progress of his own life, that he was personally explaining to his own disciple Srila Vyasadeva. Here Narada Muni is saying that when I have this communion with the Lord, that means personal experience, personal conversation with the Lord on the spiritual level, it brought lot of transformation. He got complete perfection. First, he was endowed with all the transcendental knowledge. That means he has complete understanding how great the Supreme Lord is, how powerful the Supreme Lord is. He understood everything about the transcendental knowledge of the Lord. And this knowledge is not about impersonal Brahman or anything. He personally saw the four-handed form of the Supreme Lord. So that means he is completely endowed with his personal feature, completely endowed with the opulences, everything of the Lord. And then he got opulences also, 8 opulences, Astasiddhis, Yam, Anima, Laghima, Prapti, like that. That means they can become lighter than the lightest, they can walk on the water, they can fly in the air, they can become smaller than the smallest, bigger than the biggest, they can assume any form, and they can appear, make something appear, make something disappear, and they can go one place to another place just by thinking. So these are all the various 8 mystic opulences, like that. How here in the purport, it is not easy to get all these, but how Srila Narada Muni got all these. And finally, beyond all this, the most rare opportunity, he was endowed, Srila Narada Muni is endowed with the intimate loving service of the Lord. So it is not an ordinary person. Narada Muni is just like one of us. He is the son of the maid servant. And how this much powers he got? Just by complete faith in the spiritual master and in the Lord, and by rendering loving devotional service to their sadhus, listening to them attentively and accepting their instruction, following their instruction. Here it is clearly mentioned in the purport, if one follows the same footsteps of Srila Narada Muni, everyone can experience the same result. Lord is not partial. Samoham sarva bhuteshu. He is equal to everyone, provided we should also utter, we should also recite, we should also chant the holy names of the Lord without any offenses. Total how many number of offenses are there? Can anyone say? Total
10 offenses.
10 offenses are there. So if we avoid those 10 offenses, And if you are attentively chanting the holy name of the Lord, then we can raise above the material plane. The devotee can raise above the material plane, understanding the inner meaning of the Vedic literatures. So, including the Lord existence, they can. And when we are doing with that faith in both spiritual master and the Lord reveal himself. Atah Sri Krishna Namadi na bhavet grahyam indriye sevan mukehe jihvada swayameva spuratyada. So, Atah Sri Krishna Namadi, Srila Rupa Goswami is saying in Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, Atah Sri Krishna Namadi na bhavet grahyam indriye. So, not with these material senses, but if we are reciting, chanting the holy name of the Lord with this pure spiritual senses, na bhavet grahyam indriye sevan mukehi jihvadu. When we are doing the devotional service of Kirtanam, Shravanam Kirtanam, chanting the holy name of the Lord, sevan mukehi jihvado, with our tongue, swayameva spuratyada. How we can experience all these transformations, we can experience ourselves. We can relish the sweetness of that holy name ourselves. Nobody need to say. Suppose when you are hungry, you ate, you were fed sumptuously so many items. Still, am I hungry? Still, my appetite, my thirst or hunger is quenched or not, satisfied or not, you don't need to ask someone else. You can experience yourself whether your tummy is full or not. In the same way, when we are experiencing these transformations by chanting the holy names, you will experience that bliss. You will experience yourself these transformations. Nobody need to say you. You can, this is the fact. And in this process, there are some byproduct also. What is that means? You can experience mystic powers also. Many devotees say this commonly. Whatever they desire, it is coming, it is manifested. It is coming truth. So that means that is one of the opulences. If they have their desire, that's why the devotees are very cautious. They don't desire anything material. Like, I should get this job, I should get the first class, nice marks, nice SAT score, ACT score. Devotees will be very cautious that they don't desire anything material, because Krishna immediately will sanction the material desire. For a devotee, satisfying material desire for Krishna is very easy. Whereas spiritual desires, he will think whether because he will become servant to the devotee. So he will take some time, but easily material desires he will satisfy for a neophyte devotee. Whereas for a pure devotee, he will not give the material desires soon, but he will give the spiritual, he will satisfy the spiritual desires. Because for a pure devotee, material desire is an impediment. So sometimes if the devotee is very, very pure, even he is suffering some material poverty or material disturbances, that he will make them more and more purify, so that they will shine like a diamond for a pure devotee. But for a neophyte devotee, in the beginning, whatever the material desire the devotee desires, Krishna will give. Okay, take it. But he will not give Krishna Bhakti, because once he gives Krishna Bhakti, he will become servant, like a chariot driver to Arjuna. Because Arjuna is a pure devotee, Krishna became the servant of Arjuna. So like that. And opulences. So automatically these opulences will come for a devotee who is perfect in their devotion. For example, in Gaur Lila, there is one devotee, Shyamananda Pandit, Rasikananda. Rasikananda, I think. So one day he is a very wonderful devotee. He's very pure. He has lot of disciples. So all these disciples at that time, there are some people who exhibits these opulences. Even Srila Prabhupada said that when he was in the childhood, he saw one person exhibiting these mystic opulences, like making something appear, making something disappear, and he walks on the water, like that. So this person, this mystic yogi, he was also showing. He was flying in the air. He was levitation or something. They say, right? They will, without support, without standing on the floor, they can raise above the platform, earth platform. So all the disciples, they saw that, and they were saying, my dear Guru Maharaj, you have to come and see this yogi, mystic yogi. You have to come. Really, it is the fact. We saw with our own eyes. You have to come and see. Then Rasikananda said that is not a big deal. Don't worry. Anybody can do this. Then they are still insisting, no, this is not an ordinary mystic yogi. He is a very powerful mystic yogi. Please come, please come. Then he was brushing his teeth with that neem stick. He was least bothered with that. Then the disciples are again and again saying that he put that neem stick is almost 1 foot long. He put that neem stick in between his legs, and he traveled all over the arena where the disciples are standing, and he for few minutes, and again he came down. He was continuing his brushing his teeth. All the disciples were struck in wonder. Oh my God, what we saw! It is the real fact. That's why that neem stick was when Rasikananda was departed from this material world, along with this samadhi, the neem stick was also put in under the samadhi. There is a separate samadhi next to his samadhi. You can go and see in the Navadvip Dham even now. So it is not a great thing for the pure devotee to have these opulences, but they don't exhibit unnecessarily all these. And one time Srila Prabhupada has his habit of walking next to the beach in the morning hours, because he has this walking habit every day morning. So similarly, on that day, very few disciples are there along with him, and they were walking next to the beach. And Prabhupada, usually disciples will ask the questions, and Prabhupada will clarify the doubts. At that time, this disciple saw, after some time, he looked back, and surprisingly, there were no footprints of Prabhupada. Their footprints are there. The next devotee who was accompanying them, his footprints are there, but Prabhupada footprints are not there. Then he was amazed. Prabhupada, I don't see your footprints. Then Prabhupada said that don't tell to anyone. This, after Prabhupada departed to explain how great his spiritual master is, then he revealed that. In the same way, for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he exhibited Mahaprakash Leela. That means exhibiting the mystic opulences or his potencies, mystic potencies, to confidential devotees. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exhibits. But he wants his disciples not to reveal. As long as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was there, nobody revealed. But once Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left this world to explain how great he is, the disciples explained to the general mass of the people. So, in this process of spiritual progress, it is not surprising to have these mystic opulences. Sometimes they can experience in full extent all these 8 opulences, or sometimes to some extent. Whatever it is, higher than all these is when one purely chanting, they can undergo all 9 stages of bhakti that were told by Srila Rupa Goswami in Nectar of Devotion. Atho Shraddha, Tato Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anadha Nivrutti, Nishta, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava, Prema. So they can go step by step all these process, beginning from the faith, staunch faith, unflinching faith. We should never get the doubt. I am wasting my life just believing this holy name, whether I can get perfection or not. I am sacrificing so many things in my life. Am I wasting my life? So, all these nonsensical thoughts we should leave. We should keep aside. We should not have any doubt about it. If this Shraddha is strong, at least we should raise above the neophyte Kanistadhikari platform and situated on the Madhyamadhikari platform. A Kanistadhikari will not have strong faith, whereas Madhyamadhikari, he will have strong faith. He will believe in his spiritual master orders, instructions, and if he doesn't know anything, he will not doubt the scriptures or the words of spiritual master. He will submissively go and inquire the spiritual master. I don't know, somebody asked me this question, can you please tell me, so that I can convey to them. He will humbly approach the spiritual master, get it clarified, and go and convey. But his faith will not be shaken. He is always faithful in Guru Sadhu Shastra. So he will have complete faith in the process of devotional service. So then he can experience the later stages. Adho Shraddha, Tadho Sadhu Sangha. Then what is the immediate transformation? All the anarthas will go away. Like offensical thoughts, nonsensical thinking, and he will develop Vaishnava qualities. So like that, all anarthas, unwanted thoughts, unwanted desires, everything will go off. Then he will have the nishta, strong determination. No matter whatever the obstacle come in my life, I will execute this devotional service. One day I will achieve perfection. I will go closer to the Lord, like Srila Narada Muni. So that unflinching determination, nishta, he will attain. Even if someone offers you thousands of dollars, millions of dollars, he will not leave this devotional service. Even though they give you some CEO post, they will not. So they will not exchange at the cost of anything. They will have this nishta. Then ruchi, by that determination, they can experience the ruchi, bliss, means taste. They will experience the tears in their eyes while chanting. They will feel some rasa, some taste in chanting the holy names, and they want to more and more attentively they want to chant. So that is the ruchi. Then asakti. Asakti means more interest. Then at that stage, nobody will ask them to chant. Nobody will ask them to read the books. Nobody will ask them to hear the lectures. They themselves will do. They will get up early in the morning. They will give good quality time in chanting for their sadhana. So they will do all this out of their own interest, not by anyone's force. And they will give the highest priority to this devotional service. Then ruchi, asakti, bhava, prema. When they attain these stages, they will feel, they can, bhava means they will feel the real bliss. Like when Yamuna Devidasi, very favorite disciple of, you all know this, Govindam Adi Purusham. In the temple, during the Darshana Arati, they play this Yamuna Mataji's Brahma Samhita prayers only. So that Yamuna Mataji, she does everything perfectly for Krishna. If she makes, if she cooks, it is so perfect and tasty. and she takes utmost care in cleanliness, in making the deities ready. So when Srila Prabhupada saw her devotion, he said that Yamuna, very soon she attained the bhava stage. So those are the symptoms of the bhava stage. Then very perfect, not like a matter of duty. It is out of relishment, that is the bhava stage. And when they go beyond this, they can attain the prema. But it is very, very rare to attain the Krishna prema, is very, very rare. But with the mercy of spiritual master and with the mercy of the Lord, it is possible. Srila Viswanath Chakravarti Thakur also confirmed in Madhurya Kadambini in his great work upon this chanting of the holy names. So, why a devotee should aspire to attain the life of, a level of bhava and prema. So, beginning with the a unflinching faith upon the spiritual master and the Lord. And here it is mentioned that Sri Narada Muni has explained all this from his personal experience. So we should have complete faith on Narada Muni's words, because he is a great devotee, dearmost devotee of the Lord. And there is no bar for chanting this transcendental sound by anyone, provided it is received through Narada's representative. So anybody can attain if they are properly initiated with a spiritual master. So what we should understand is, it is emphasized that no matter how you are chanting 16 rounds, how many years you are chanting, you should receive this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra through a bona fide Diksha Guru. Otherwise it remains as a practice only. So a doctor is there, he does in his final year of his MBBS, that is called the surgeon. No, they will say that last year they call some house surgeon, something. But they know everything what a doctor does. But he is just a practitioner. But he is not awarded with a certificate of a doctor. What is the difference? Means he cannot officially start a clinic or a hospital unless he has that certificate. So in the same way, unless a person is bona fide representative, bona fide disciple of a bona fide guru, his devotion will not become a certified practice. Otherwise it is just like a own self practice only. It is not considered as the authorized. So whoever is chanting 16 rounds, following 4 regulative principles, look for a Diksha Guru, connect to a Diksha Guru, and you can experience all these transformations within you, and you can attain the perfection of your spiritual life, devotional life. And scriptures are saying that our devotion starts after initiation with the Diksha Guru. Until then it is just a practice, or it is just a knowing, not a real practice. So all of you experience this bliss. And finally I just want to say that अन्य से भावक्षय कृष्णेरा सेवना एक कृष्ण नामीरा फले पाये तधना. And another pure devotional तारमध्य सर्वश्रेष्ठ नाम संकीर्तन निरपराधे नाम लैले पाय प्रेमधन. Of the 9 processes of devotional service, the most important is to always chant the holy name of the Lord. If one does so, avoiding the 10 kinds of offenses, one very easily obtains the most valuable love of Godhead. So, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is confirming in Chaitanya Charitamrita Out of all 9 prasanas, Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smarana, out of all these, chanting the holy name is important, most important. Why? Because that is alone is enough. When we are chanting without 10 offenses, easily they can obtain the Krishna Prema. What is the Krishna Prema? 9th stage we can easily attain by just offenseless chanting of these holy names of the Lord. So if you have some time in your day-to-day life, chant. If you have after your 16 rounds of chanting, you can keep a finger counter and you can continuously go on. You can chant unlimitedly, because chanting is the Hare Nama Iva Kevalam. Chanting is the only solution easily to attain perfection in this Kali Yuga. Okay, if you have any questions or concerns, you can ask one or two.
Thank you, Mataji. So, the people who are all attending in this, the morning session, and as well as with our ISKCON City people, do you think they will come under the Madhyamadikari or Kanistadikari, or if they're in Kanistadikari, what are the important suggestions you can suggest to go to at least Madhyamadikari?
It depends from the devotee to devotee, Prabhuji. Whoever is following the process as it is, Toto, whatever we say, if they are following and applying in their life, and if they are also preaching this message to everyone, they are on the Madhyamadikari level. And if their faith is strong, so they will easily come onto the Madhyamadikari platform. But if they are just hearing, but not, sometimes they are applying, sometimes they are not, because their faith is not that strong, and they have faith in multiple other things also. Then neophyte is also not bad. Kanistadikari is also not bad in the step 1. So, but it will be good if they can come to the Madhyamadikari platform, follow this process seriously, and they chant every day certain number of rounds, and gradually increasing their number of rounds and reading Srila Prabhupada books. Easily they can come to the Madhyamadikari level, because these two are very powerful, chanting and reading Srimad Bhagavatam every day. And when you are attending regularly the Srimad Bhagavatam class, you yourself can experience this spiritual progress within you. But when you also chant at home regularly, these every day, no matter whatever is the condition, then you can see fast progress. Okay, you can see from the neophyte to first Kanistadikari to Madhyamadikari, we can see the gradual transformation.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Any other questions or concerns? Okay, if there are no questions or concerns, we will chant the prayers of Lord Narasimha for the protection of all the devotees of ISKCON Somerset and all over the world. Okay. Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum Jwalantam Sarvatomukham Narasimham Bhishanam Bhadram Mrityum Namamyaham. Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum Jwalantam Sarvatomukham Narasimham Bhishanam Bhadram Mrityum Namamyaham. Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum Jwalantam Sarvatomukham Narasimham Bhishanam Bhadram Mrityum Namamyaham. Narasimha Bhagwan ki jai, Prahlad Maharaj ki jai. Let's offer our humble obeisances to all the assembled Vaishnavas. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta koti Vaishnava Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Let's chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra 3 times for the well-being of all the world. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. भगवान श्री कृष्ण परमात्मा की जय, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय, गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि बोल. Hare Krishna, see you tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. in tomorrow's Srimad Bhagavatam class. Hare Krishna. We wish you a wonderful Krishna conscious day ahead.